Hey guys, the Mental Health Mountain Man here. I just wanted to introduce myself and give a short little bio on myself and what I plan to do with my channel for anybody that chooses to follow me. So, give you a short bio, I guess. A little bit about myself is my name is Berkeley Gerhart. I've grown up in Utah and I've hunted public lands pretty much my whole life. I get a little bit of access to private, but typically I hunt on public land. And just wanted to get up here in the forest as I record this. Just a nice little setting so you guys can just see a beautiful little bit of scenery behind me. But anyhow, as I've grown up in Utah, a lot of people really struggle in the outdoors and a lot of people are highly successful. And I feel like I've grown up in a hunting family and my family's been pretty successful overall. We've definitely put in the time and the efforts to figure things out and learn the ins and outs. And I've just got a lot of knowledge about hunting. But with my channel, what I want to do is share hunting and all my tips and tricks, which are my own perspective. There's no one way to do it, but my way may not even be the right way or the wrong way, whatever. Like, there's no right or wrong. It's just in our attempts and the information that we learn that we can apply in other areas when a different situation presents itself. On top of that, I want to share mental awareness and just help people that might be struggling mentally with, different mental struggles and addictions that they might have, and just be able to share some of my own downfalls and the way that I've been able to pull myself out of them. And I also wanted to share that I've learned this from a company called Fly, Fulfill Life Yourself. And it's a great company, and I'd highly encourage anybody to check out that company. I am a facilitator for that company, but I am not using this channel to represent them in any way. My plan is to teach hunting skills and just offer a mental health tip to anybody that might be struggling. So I'm going to apply the principles I learned through Fly, but I'm also going to just try to make this my own. So Fly is not, I'm not representative of them. Any perspectives that I offer on this are my own perspectives and don't represent the company. So if I have a misconstrued perception that disagrees with something that might be in you, just know that I'm not representing Fly. But I also wanted to give Fly credit because a lot of the teachings and the principles and thoughts that I'm going to share on my channel, I've learned through them. So I hope that clears things up on that end. But yeah, like, I've got a lot of great hunting skills and I want to share those skill sets and just help the everyday person that feels like they might be struggling to just go out there and give it your best attempt and learn all the information that you possibly can and apply it on your next hunt. But along the way, I feel like I've got my own perspectives and things that I have developed over the years of hunting. I've been hunting now for roughly 35 years or so, and I've successfully harvested 12 elk with my bow. I've shot a few thousand birds waterfowl hunting. I've killed quite a few deer. Anyway, I'm not sharing these to brag, but maybe to just share a little bit of my qualifications and the tips that I can offer. One of my big struggles personally is my wife and I have been married for 21 years and we've struggled with infertility and haven't been able to have children. And that was a very detrimental thing for me to go through, and we're still struggling, and it no longer affects me because of how I've been able to go internal and rewire my brain and just be able to let go of that pain and fully enjoy life and embrace it as it comes without feeling the need to have children in order to make me significant and give me value. So that's one thing that I just wanted to hurry and quickly share. to give anybody an idea of how powerful these mental health tips are. And then along with the hunting, again, my family, between my dad, my 2 brothers, and myself, we've shot over 50 elk with our bows. So we are very successful. Could have probably even increased those numbers, but about 50% of those were actually bulls too on public land. So I feel like we have a lot of great tips, and I'm going to share my tips along with my family's tips and the things that they do versus the things that I do. And like I say, this is just completely my perspective, and I want to share the way that I do it, but there's not only one way to do it. You can do it in any way that you choose. Just get out there and try. But I do feel like I have something to offer, and so that's kind of the purpose of this channel as well, is to just let the everyday person, like I was saying before, recognize that we all struggle, and many of us feel like we're inadequate or unable to offer something to society. We just feel like, well, somebody else has already covered that topic. There's no way I'm going to be able to reach out there and impact the world in any way. Like, this thing's already been done so many times. So my goal is to just attempt and share my attempts and my failures and my progress along the way, so that you guys can follow me and watch my growth. And as I grow, I'm hoping that it encourages the rest of you to realize that you're capable of doing the same, and we're all significant in our own way, and we all have something to offer. And with the population of 8 billion people or whatever it is now, there's going to be plenty of people out there that you might resonate with that somebody else hasn't. And so never downplay yourself and your significance and think that you can't offer something to somebody else, that, or that something hasn't already been covered 1,000 times, that you could bring something to the table, because each of us has something to offer. I mean, think about all the people that might bother you. And then there's other people that you just really resonate with, and you just love the things that they're talking about. So I know that I'm a truly authentic person, and I feel like I know I've heard different things about authenticity, and it's actually the most real emotion. It's like the number one emotion that draws people to you. So I'm going to use that to my advantage, because I feel like that's one of my strengths, and I'm hoping that people recognize that in me, and that I'm just being true and honest to myself and just offering what I can, and you guys can take away whatever you choose to take away from that. On top of that, I'm a professional wildlife artist, which hasn't established a name yet, but I feel like the quality of my work is there. And so as I progress with my channel, I plan on making merchandise with wildlife art and wildlife art related products to maybe generate a little bit of income and help me to work towards my goals of going on hunting trips that I haven't been able to go on, and just be able to get to a place financially that I feel like the struggle is no longer there, and I can just live more comfortably. And obviously my ultimate goal, though, is just to teach you guys that it's possible to grow. One of the things I'm currently going to start working on is my fitness levels. I'm about 6'3", 260 pounds roughly right now, and I'm not the thinnest. I have more of a dad bod. I'm hoping to lose some of that weight and turn it into muscle, and I am going on a trip to Alaska this year, which I've never been to Alaska. I've been looking forward to this my whole life. I'm going to go hunt Sitka blacktail on Kodiak Island, and so I'm going to get in shape in preparation for that hunt. And anyway, so I'm going to share my journey. I'll probably take a before video and just show my process as I go, and just encourage people to continue, and don't worry about whether you fail or not, because those failures are what helps you grow in the long run. Because if we weren't able to fail, then we would never grow. So think about that. In closing, I think there's one more thing that I wanted to bring up today, and it's more of a mental health topic, just to give you guys kind of an introduction again as far as kind of my plans with this channel. And I wanted to bring up the concept of control. Recently, as you all know, the former President Trump had an assassination attempt on him, and I just wanted to kind of break that down and show you how much of an impact self-control can have. So most people are running around subconsciously being reactive to the things going on around them, and when they feel a loss of control, they're trying to meet that and gain that control back externally, which is what the shooter did when Trump was up there and he chose to shoot at Trump instead of controlling his own emotions. So although he lost control externally, he still could have gone internally and controlled his self-control and the things that he attempted to do. But he didn't, and instead he decided to attempt to assassinate the president, or former president. And so anyway, I had a friend and his significant other. They are complete opposites. One of them's very Republican, one of them's very liberal, whatever, Democratic. And because of that situation of the shooter, and then them not knowing how to control themselves internally, they had a major fight. And it created a lot of tension in their relationship. And then it brought me to thinking about just America and how many people in America this is affected, because most of them are probably meeting their needs externally as well. And so they've been basically being reactive to the situation that's going on external of them, and every one of them's reactive. So I'm sitting here thinking, even if it's at half of America, that's a lot of people losing control themselves just because of one shooter making the decision because he didn't have control over himself. And so I wanted to just point that out, because if we had self-control enough in ourselves that even the external things didn't affect us and we maintained control over ourselves, that just shows how big of an impact that truly has. Because had that shooter done the same thing, that's 50% of America at least that would have gotten triggered because of one person choosing to go internal and control himself internally instead of trying to do it externally. So that should be a very eye-opening thing to help you realize how much self-control can influence and impact those those around us. Anyway, I think for now that's kind of about what I wanted to. Oh, one more thing. I had a friend suggest to me that he would like to learn more about hunting, but he didn't even care necessarily if he hunted. He just wanted to know how to do it. Was kind of intrigued in it, more of even for a photography aspect. And so I'm probably gonna get a GoPro and put that on as I'm going on my elk hunts and stuff this fall or sometime soon, and just turn it on and let it record as I call these elk in to bow range. And if you had a camera but you chose not to shoot these animals, it'd be the same principles as far as the way that you go about calling these critters in to get them close and be able to get them into a range for a nice camera to get some great photos. So I will be sharing a lot of that too. There's probably times that I'm going to share my hunts where I will shoot the animal and hopefully edit those videos and get them on here so you guys can see some cool hunting videos in the process. But there will also be times where I might call in a cow or a small bull or spike that I have no desire to shoot, just because I tend to prefer to shoot trophy animals if I can. It's just more rewarding for me if I do that. I get more meat off of a big mature bull than I would off of a cow, and I just love the reward, and I love the hunt and everything about it. So I pass on quite a few elk. I'm big into waterfowl, so I'll be sharing tricks there, but I'm just excited about this channel, and I hope that you guys are as well. I'm hoping that I'll be able to reach a wide audience and you guys will choose to follow me and apply some of my techniques to your own hunting. Even if they're completely different than what you're doing, it might give you a little bit of variety and give you the ability to attempt something different. And it might be kind of fun for you to try something that you haven't tried before. So anyway, thanks for listening, and I hope that you choose to follow my channel, and I'd love any support that I can get. Okay, bye.